Imagine a city where the sky is a distant, forgotten memory. A place where the sun's light never touches the ground, obscured by the layers of rain-soaked smog and the neon haze that bleeds from every corner. This is Neo-Villidrun, megacity arcology, a colossal, sprawling megacity that stretches as far as the eye can see, both horizontally and vertically. In Neo-Villidrun, the nights are endless, the rain unceasing. It falls in sheets, a constant backdrop to the cacophony of the city, a blend of hissing steam, distant sirens, and the hum of maglev trains cutting through the dark. Every raindrop carries the residue of the city's relentless industry, acidic enough to corrode the old-world stone and stain the coats of those who walk beneath it. Neon lights dominate the landscape, casting a harsh, artificial glow on everything below. Giant holographic billboards plaster the sides of towering skyscrapers, their vibrant colors flickering in the rain. Faces of flawless models promise the latest cybernetic enhancements. A new you, they proclaim, as they flash images of sleek chrome limbs and glowing synthetic eyes. The ads promise a better life, but the citizens of Neo-Villidrun know better. They are the bait in a never-ending cycle of consumption and debt. Down in the streets, the city is alive with movement. People from all walks of life jostle for space, pushing their way through the crowded markets and alleyways. The underbelly of Neo-Villidrun is a place where the laws of the corporate towers above are little more than whispers. Here, the gangs reign supreme, each carving out their territory with a ruthlessness born of desperation. The chromatics are the loudest, the most flamboyant of the street gangs. They are a spectacle unto themselves, clad in glowing jackets that pulse with neon light, their skin adorned with holographic tattoos that shimmer in the dark. For them, life is a never-ending chase, whether it's on the ground, racing hoverbikes through narrow alleyways, or in the depths of the net, hacking their way into corporate databases. The chromatics thrive on speed and spectacle, always pushing the limits of their cybernetic augmentations. Their leader, known as Kale, is infamous for her signature implant, a pair of cybernetic eyes that shift colors like a kaleidoscope, mesmerizing and unsettling all at once. But for every chromatic, there is a shadow. The Grave Syndicate moves in silence, dealing in the city's darkest trade, stolen organs, black market cyberware, and experimental enhancements that haven't seen the inside of a regulation lab. Their members are easily identified by their stark, minimalist augmentations, metallic limbs with exposed wiring, eyes that glow a dull red like dying embers. The Syndicate is a constant, hidden presence, their influence creeping into the clinics and alleyway surgeries where desperate souls go for a cheap fix or an illegal upgrade. Cross them, and you might wake up missing more than just your credits. Above the chaos of the streets, the corporate towers stand like monuments to excess and power. The largest of them all, Novacore Industries, looms over the city like a god. Its glass and steel structure reaches into the clouds, covered in holographic displays showing the latest innovations in cyberware. Novacore is the heart of the city's economy, its influence felt in every corner of the arcology. They own the clinics, the repair shops, even the alleyway vendors peddling second-hand implants. It is said that Novacore controls more data than any other entity in Villidrun, the biometric and psychological profiles of millions, harvested through every implant, every neural interface. Then there is Synaptis, a corporation that has perfected the art of escape. Their specialty is the neural mesh, an interface that allows citizens to plug directly into virtual reality worlds so vivid, so intoxicating, that many choose to live their entire lives within them. It's a way out for those who can't bear the grind of the real world anymore, a digital dream that feels more real than reality itself. The walls of their tower display shifting, dreamlike images, luring in anyone who dares to look too long. For the common citizen, life in the arcology is a battle against obsolescence. Without the latest cyberware upgrades, you risk falling behind, becoming less efficient, less capable in a world that demands constant enhancement. The city doesn't care if you can't afford the new implants. If your neural interface is a generation too old, you can forget about landing a job. If your eyes can't scan the augmented reality layers that cover every street, you're blind to half the world around you. Picture a man standing outside a storefront, staring at a display of the latest cybernetic arms. His own arm is a relic from a decade ago, rusted, glitching, barely able to grip the few credits he holds. He knows he needs an upgrade just to keep working, but the price is more than he makes in a year. He turns away, melting into the crowd. Just another ghost in the sea of struggling souls. The subways, too, are a microcosm of the city's disparity. Corporate workers in sharp suits stand shoulder to shoulder with augmented mercenaries whose bodies are more machine than flesh. Teenagers with glowing hair, eyes replaced by bright LED displays, laugh and shout over the sound of the train, their laughter a rare moment of joy in the otherwise oppressive atmosphere. The trains screech and hiss, releasing steam as they pull into dark, graffiti-strewn stations where vendors sell everything from knockoff implants to bootleg entertainment chips. In Neo-Villidrun, megacity arcology, power is not held by governments or elected officials but by the corporations, and with power comes the need for protection, or, more often, control. The city has no traditional police force. Instead, each corporation employs its own private military, highly trained and heavily augmented, ready to enforce their will with brutal efficiency. The largest of these security outfits is Titan Security Solutions, contracted by Novacore Industries. Picture a squad of Titan operatives patrolling the upper levels of the city, their presence unmistakable. They wear sleek, black armor fitted with adaptive camouflage and augmented exoskeletons that give them an inhuman level of strength and speed. Their helmets cover their faces completely, glowing with a faint blue light that reflects the data being fed directly into their neural interfaces. These soldiers are more machine than man, outfitted with combat-grade cyberware, retractable blades, arm-mounted plasma rifles, and ocular implants that can switch between thermal, night vision, and enhanced targeting modes in an instant. Titan Security Solutions is known for its zero-tolerance approach. To the citizens below, they are a constant reminder of who truly runs the city. You'll often find their armored transports parked outside the headquarters of major corporations, their squads standing guard in a show of force. But their presence isn't just for show. They are the first response to any hint of dissent, any whisper of rebellion. In the lower districts, Cerberus Tactical, a rival firm, operates as the unofficial law enforcement. They are ruthless mercenaries contracted by mid-tier corporations and wealthy individuals alike. Cerberus units specialize in riot control and urban warfare, deploying drones equipped with facial recognition software to scan the crowds for anyone deemed a threat. Their patrols are infamous in the slums and undercity. Rolling through in armored vehicles, they crack down hard on gang activity, but their true focus is maintaining the flow of profits for their clients. If you're unlucky enough to get caught in their sights, you might disappear for weeks, only to resurface with a fresh set of implants, ones you never asked for, and a debt you never agreed to. In a world where your very survival depends on your cyberware, healthcare is a commodity few can afford. The Arcology's health system is entirely privatized, dominated by LifeCorp Medical, a sprawling conglomerate that controls nearly every clinic, hospital, and back-alley surgery in the city. Their slogan, "Enhance your life, one upgrade at a time," can be seen on billboards and holo ads across Neo-Villidrun, promising quick fixes and enhanced living, but the reality is far grimmer. LifeCorp offers different tiers of health coverage, each one a stark representation of the class divide in the city. At the top, the Platinum Plan provides unlimited access to the most cutting-edge medical technologies. Clients on this plan can get instant care from LifeCorp's elite surgeons, nanotech treatments that repair damaged organs in minutes, and full-body cybernetic replacements with minimal recovery time. These are the wealthy elites, the corporate executives who never have to worry about a failing implant or a damaged limb. Their health plans are often tied to their employment contracts,
guaranteeing that as long as they remain valuable assets to their corporations, their bodies will remain at peak performance.
But for the average citizen, the options are far more limited. The standard plan might cover routine maintenance on low-grade cyberware, but anything beyond that, like replacing a faulty heart implant or repairing neural mesh damage, is beyond reach. Patients are often left to choose between crippling debt and slow degradation as their outdated cyberware fails them. LifeCorp clinics in the lower districts are overcrowded and understaffed, manned by overworked medtechs who patch up patients as quickly as they can, often with used or refurbished parts. Then there's the basic plan, a cruel joke for the city's poorest inhabitants. It covers little more than basic diagnostics and painkillers. If your implants are malfunctioning, the most they'll do is deactivate the damaged parts, leaving you with a disabled limb or dulled senses. It's common to see people limping through the streets, their arms or legs rendered useless by outdated, rusting cybernetics they can no longer afford to maintain. For those who can't afford any plan, there are the underground clinics, hidden in the shadows, run by rogue medics and outcasts. These back-alley surgeons offer cheaper alternatives, using whatever spare parts they can scavenge or steal from the corporate supply chains. The risk is high: unlicensed procedures, non-sterile environments, and the chance of waking up missing more than what you came in with. But for many, it's the only option left. You can see them in dark corners, outside flickering neon signs that read, "No questions asked," waiting their turn for a second-hand implant or a hacked neural upgrade. The privatized health system of Neo-Villidrun is a constant cycle of exploitation. For the corporations, it's another way to ensure control. Those who cannot afford their implants become liabilities, slow, inefficient, and easily replaced. And for the average citizen, the struggle to keep their bodies functioning is a relentless fight against time, a battle they know they cannot win without submitting to the corporation's endless demands. In Neo-Villidrun, Megacity Arcology, your body is your most valuable asset, but it's not yours to keep. It belongs to the corporations, to the clinics, to the surgeons who hold your life in their hands. And as the rain continues to fall, washing away the blood and grime of the streets, the city grinds on, its people caught in the gears of a machine that feeds on their very flesh. And yet, despite the darkness, there is a flicker of hope. Somewhere, on the fringes of the city, away from the prying eyes of the corporations and the ever-present surveillance drones, small groups gather. They call themselves the Renegades, a loose coalition of hackers, activists, and disillusioned citizens who dream of breaking free from the corporate chains. They speak of a different future, one where the people of Neo-Villidrun control their own lives, where the implants in their bodies aren't shackles, but tools for liberation. For now, though, these are just whispers, drowned out by the endless rain and the blinding neon. The corporations remain in control, their grip tightening with every new upgrade, every new innovation. The city keeps moving, keeps consuming, its heartbeat synchronized to the rhythm of data streams and credit transfers. This is Neo-Villidrun, Megacity Arcology, a city of endless nights and neon lights, of rain-soaked streets and towering spires, where the line between human and machine blurs more with each passing day. Here, survival is a struggle, and freedom is a distant dream. But even in the darkest corners of the city, in the places forgotten by the towering giants above, there is a spark. And maybe, one day, that spark will be enough to set the whole city alight.